Hi, it is day 12 and it's time for another juicy recipe. Today we're going to be juicing pineapple and cabbage. Now we've already juiced with pineapple before and we've already juiced with cabbage before. With the pineapple we juiced some peppers, red, yellow, and orange peppers, and it tasted delicious. Pineapple and peppers always go great together, whether it's on the grill, whether it's as a juice, or whether it's mixed in as part of a salsa or pico de gallo. We also juiced with our cabbage, and to that, because it's bitter, we added some sweet apples, some grapes, some cucumber, and some lemon. And that juice came out terrific. It didn't come out bitter. You barely tasted the cabbage, and it produced a nice, pretty purple color from the purple cabbage. Well, now this time we're going to mix the pineapple and the cabbage together. We're only going to juice a quarter of each cabbage and the whole pineapple. So let's get to it. And the wonderful thing about juices is that you will always have a recipe. The possibilities are endless. You can just change one ingredient from your juice recipe and you have a new recipe instantly. I'm cutting up the core because we can juice that as well. But I'm going to cut it up a little bit smaller so that the juicer doesn't have too much to work with. So let me get those here. And we'll start with our softer pieces. Again, I have to remember to cut them up small enough to fit inside the mouth of the juicer. So here we go. Get this in here. I didn't get a chance to put it back together earlier. But it's real simple. Just have to wait for it to lock in place. There we go. Did it do that? Alright, let's make sure everything's in place. There we go. Real simple. And like I said, I used to play basketball, so I like throwing my fruits into the blender. Now remember, when you're juicing, you want to make sure that you alternate between your ingredients. So let me get some cabbage in there. Then we're just going to do a quarter. I love that sound. And I love this color. We'll give the juice a final taste at the end. See if we need to add any more cabbage or pineapples. that's it for the purple cabbage. We'll add in some more pineapple pieces. Go ahead and strain. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look how the colors are blending well together. A pretty purple color from the cabbage. Definitely want to eat the rainbow. And in this case, we're drinking the rainbow. Okay. Okay, let me taste it, see if I want to add some more. See if I can add some more cabbage. Oh no, that's perfect. Oh my gosh, yes, that is perfect. It tastes like sweet cabbage. That is delicious. So I like unique jars. So I had this jar sitting around. It reminds me of a milk jar. So we're going to pour our juice in here. I'm using a funnel so I don't make too much of a mess. Oh, look how pretty that is. Oh, this is going to have to be one of my signature juices. I think most of the juices that I like that are my favorite involves pineapples. All right. I've already tasted it, but let's go. That's good. It's just a small hint of the cabbage and the sweet from the pineapple. Oh my gosh. Oh, I bet that'll be good. Once it's chilled, it'll be even better. So I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to put this in the fridge while we make our raw food recipe. So I'll be right back and we'll cover our raw food recipe for today. So I finished mixing the coconut cream to try to get it into a whip. It didn't work. I may have put too much vanilla extract in there or too much sweetener. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it wasn't cold enough. But what I did do is I took the chia seeds. Remember when you soak chia seeds, they get gelatinous. They swell up and they get very thick. So what I did was I blended the chia seeds in the blender to make it really smooth. And I put some of that in with the coconut cream, mixed it in, and I put it back in the refrigerator. So by the time we finish the rest of the recipe, we'll see how that works out. And if it doesn't come out as a whipped cream, we'll just actually use it as a cream layer in the pudding. So that's the wonderful thing about recipes. Sometimes the ingredient doesn't work out and you have to pivot and shift and make changes, which is the fun part of cooking. So let's continue with our avocados. So now we're just going to put everything else in the blender, starting with our avocados. Now you want to make sure your avocados are very ripe. If they're not very ripe, it's possible that your pudding could taste like avocado. But if they're very ripe, very soft, you shouldn't have that problem. So I think I'm going to start with 2 avocados, and then we'll see if we need a third one. And if you have a couple of brown spots on it, it's okay because we're going to cover all of that up with some chocolate. But these are nice and bright and yummy looking. Oh, I said I was going to start with 2. Let's see how 2 looks before I put that third one in. Let's see how much it's going to make. So with that, we're going to add. Let's start out with maybe 2 tablespoons of cacao powder. So this is a half a tablespoon, so I actually have to do 2 to equal 1. Then we're going to put in some vanilla extract. Just put in a splash for right now. Definitely want to put in our agave nectar. I would say maybe about 2 tablespoons to start out. We'll definitely put in, we'll start out with maybe 2 tablespoons of the chia seed mixture. And that's just to give it flavor, to get it even more creamier. And then we're going to put in some olive oil. We'll start with half for now. And if we use the other avocado, then we can just add everything back. And we definitely need salt. Maybe just a sprinkle there. All right. That is our pudding. Again, you can use a food processor, but for the chia seeds, you definitely need a blender to get those seeds ground up really good. So let me pull this out. So I might have to plunge this. There we go. Got some room now. So we're going to take a spatula and scrape down the sides. Wow, look at that. It's creamy already. Look. I'll make sure you get all the chocolate, all the other ingredients off the side. And while I have the lid off, I'm actually can go ahead and taste it. See if it needs any sweetener. Oh man. That is creamy. I do taste the avocado, but it's because it's not blended well. But that is almost perfect. I'm just going to add just a tad of sweetener. Maybe 1 more teaspoon. And just a tad vanilla extract. Yes. This is delicious. And if you can still taste the avocado, you can definitely add your chia seed mixture there. Soaked in almond milk. So let's get this off. Let's blend it up again. And I think it'll be ready. So it's not much to it. Just put everything in a blender and blend it up. And what I was doing with the plunger is making sure I got everything off the sides. It's looking chocolatey-er, if that's a word. And if you're not a chocolate person, that's okay. But for those of you that are, this is a nice, easy dessert. That's healthy with avocado and almond milk and chia seeds. So not only is it delicious and satisfying your sweet tooth, it's nutritious as well. So the chocolate is coming through perfectly. I love vanilla extract, so I'm just going to pour the rest of that in there. And so I'm not getting the avocado taste, which is great. A little bit more sweetener. So instead of putting this back on the mixing stand, I'm going to pour this into a bowl and then just hand mix it. And then we'll just go ahead and layer everything together. And I need a bowl. I always try to have all of my tools and utensils out, but it's always something I always forget. But now the extract is coming through. I smell it. Let me I'll let you see that right there. Look at that. Look at that. Now we're going to mix in that vanilla extract and sweetener I just put in there. But doesn't that look delicious? It smells good too. I'm smelling it. I think the extract is what was needed. Some more extract. I'm big on flavor, so the flavor has to come through. So I know I only said a little bit, but I ended up using that whole dish of vanilla extract. But it needed it. So remember, I had to cut through the milk, cut through the chia seeds, and definitely cut through that avocado and the cacao powder. So alright, I think we're trying to make sure I get that last bit at the bottom. I do not want to waste this chocolate. Alright, got it all out. So just use this smaller spatula so I can really get in there and mix it. So I'm just going to pretty much just kind of stir it. Now it is a little soupier than I want, but because of the coconut oil in it, it will stiffen up. And in fact, I'm just going to add just a little bit more. Just a little bit, because I don't want to lose the flavor. But again, this is going to help it stiffen up in the refrigerator. But I don't think I can wait till the refrigerator. I think I'm going to eat it as soon as I show you the finished product. We can add just a tad bit more salt just to kind of elevate that sweetness a little bit. And of course you can do without the salt. I know a lot of people are watching their salt and their sodium intake. I'm adding it for flavor. Okay. Alright. So I think we're done here. I only used 2 avocados and it made a pretty good amount. Okay, so now we're going to layer this and put it all together. So I'll be right back. So now it's time to put everything together. We have our chocolate pudding. We're going to layer that in with our toppings. So the coconut cream did not whip up, so we're just going to use it as a layer in our chocolate pudding. So let's start with the first layer. We're going to put in a layer of chocolate. Nice. Get that. Yeah, nice. Then we're going to put in a layer of the coconut cream. So it didn't get stiff like I wanted. So I added in some of the almond milk chia seed pudding. So it did thicken it up. And it tastes wonderful. So we're just going to put that on as a layer as well. And then when you put this in the refrigerator, it's going to stiffen up real nice and it's going to be a mouthful of flavors. Let's make sure we get it on the sides. So a little bit more. Just so you can see that layer. Alright, it's looking good so far. Now, since we did the coconut cream and it's more liquid, now we're going to do we'll do the caramel sauce since it's a little bit more thicker. Or maybe we should do the coulis next. Should do brown, white, red. Yeah, let's do that. And it just went right through the middle. So So again, I wanted that to be a little bit more thicker, but it'll add a nice flavor. So to that we will put some, actually let's do another layer of chocolate pudding. And then we'll top this all off with a caramel sauce. And the layers don't have to be perfect. I mean, as long as you can see the colors, it's appetizing, appealing to the eyes, and makes you want to eat it. See how they're mixing in? I can get a little bit of the red right there. Which I was hoping we could have gotten a little bit more. But I kind of poured it right in the middle. I probably should have poured it more to the side. So lesson for next time. And I think every time I do these, they always come out different anyway. Now we're going to put on a layer of this caramel sauce. Oh my gosh, just look at that. See how that just poured out? Now you won't be able to see it because it's kind of the same color as the chocolate, but oh, the flavor. And then we're going to top that with some strawberries. That looks delicious. What do you think? Alright, well, I will be the taste tester and I will let you know. That is yummy. Look at that drizzle coming down the side. So this wraps up day 12. So day 12 we have our chocolate avocado pudding with our pineapple cabbage drink. Today's day 12. Let's go to our juice advent calendar and see what the word of the day is. And it's day 12. We're moving right along. And the word for the day is nice, right? During the season of holidays, we want to be nice, right? What have someone done nice for you, and what has you done something that was nice to someone else? I know for you it's easy to be nice because that's the type of person you are. So I think that wraps it up, and I will see you next time. Bye.